I love it. I love it. This is actually good news, by the way. The Dallas Cowboys ranked in the secondary second to last. Yes, for the 2021 season. And here's their explanation. Because last season, the Atlanta Falcons were ranked dead last. And all the Cowboys did was they went and grabbed Joe Witt Jr., who was a part of the Atlanta Falcons, as well as Dan Quinn. And not only there, they went and grabbed DeMonte KZ as well as Keanu O'Neal. Now, I love articles like this because if we can fly under the radar, if we can go unseen and sneak up on people, then this will go far. To me, when you look at an article, you read through it, some of the players see these type of things that's released out to the public. Some of them use it as motivation. Some use it as, okay, I'm going to put a chip on my shoulder with this because everybody doubted me. But the problem when you look at articles that's written without a down being played, because people fail to realize the NFL is a year-to-year process. It is. It's a flat-out year-to-year process. I believe the turnover rate is more than 30 to 40% on your roster, meaning that you're going to have a lot of guys that used to be on your team no longer on your team. And then you got to equate the draft, and you got to figure out this too. The defensive front, a lot of things can change your secondary. But the Atlanta Falcons gave up 293 yards a game in the air, and that was the league's worst. They gave up a lot of yards, and the philosophy and the scheme and the schematics, one can argue and say, okay, there's Joe Witt Jr. And somebody can also argue, hey, that's Dan Quinn. But I come here to tell everybody that I love it because if we can fly under the radar and continue to be overlooked, then teams may not look at it like, okay, we playing against the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to pull up on them a little bit because there's nobody to fear out there. Now, I do know that a lot of people will say, man, no, we the number one defense in the National Football League. We will have the best secondary. And I know there are people that think optimistically like that, and there's nothing wrong, right? But objectively speaking, let us be at the last. Let us be at the bottom end of it, because the element of surprise. Think about this. If you like what you've seen out of Trayvon Diggs last year, don't you know that he will improve this year? Oh, even Donovan Wilson. I believe he didn't start week 1, week 2, week 3, right? It took them forever and a day to say, okay, let's give him a shot. Let's give him a chance. Let's give him an opportunity. Well, according to everything now, he's one of the starters. Of course, they may put KZ out there, but right now, that's a position that before this offseason and before all of the other things happened, Donovan Wilson was penciled in as the starter. Unless training camp come around and somebody else showcase their talent, that's more good stuff for us, right? That's more good news. That's more good things, because now we know that iron sharpened iron, steel sharpened steel. And I think that even going into the second year with Trayvon Diggs, he's more knowledgeable of the game. He will understand the flow of the game, and he will be better prepared. He's been working out with his brother and everybody else that's good with route runners and these sorts all off season. And you know that boy right there, he's something special. He is. And I'm not trying to say this because he's Trayvon Diggs, but I like the mindset. That competition type of mentality will take this team and take him far. Now, I do know that KZ, he's a guy that got ran over by Ezekiel Elliott, and that's a horrible lowlight for him. But I'm looking at the mindset. Not afraid to come down inside and fill that hole. We didn't have that type of mentality last season. And I know some Atlanta Falcons fans will be saying, hey, don't worry because he messed up on tackling in general. But I like the mindset. And when I say he messed up on tackling in general, he's just not a big thumper. as a safety. You are the last line of defense. But I'm looking at it like, hey, our front will be better, our linebackers will be better, and on top of that, all teams are not the same team. You can look at the Atlanta Falcons and say, well, they have this particular skill set, but every team is not the exact same. And just because we got Keanu Neal and KZ doesn't mean that we're going to be, for crying out loud, bottom ranked as relates to defense in the secondary. I believe Dan Quinn have more time now to solidify his presence on the field and solidify his mindset. A healthy front four or a better playing front four will help out your secondary. Flat out will. Now, when we talk about the other cornerbacks that's going to fight for their role, nothing is going to be given to them. Kelvin Joseph. I'm not finna throw Anthony Brown out there and Jordan Lewis, but that's competition that all three of those guys will be fighting for. And they already have a plan for Jordan Lewis to play closer to the box, closer inside. Oh, and by the way, Keanu Neal, he's not playing in the secondary. He will be also playing closer to the box. Impact player, playing as the linebacker as a rotational situation. So all of those things, when we add it together, I like it. I flat out do. And I know we have yet to play it down yet. And I hear a lot of people say, hey, can we just wait for the season to kick off? Well, then that would be no videos. Then we shouldn't be talking about nothing. But we got to talk about this. And I'm not just talking just to be talking, but I'm giving you guys my opinion, my thoughts on players and what they should do or what they going to do, or my best analogy and explanation of what could happen. That's all. That's all, baby. So I come here to tell you guys, just like the person who wrote the article saying that, hey, the Dallas Cowboys ranked second to last in the National Football League. That's his opinion. That's his thoughts. And he could have waited to week 5, week 6 to put that out there. But no, at the end of the day, Cowboy Nation, this is entertainment, right? Nevertheless, I think people value our thoughts and our opinions. So that's why we put it out there, baby. So I come here to tell you that this is just my thoughts. That I love when the Dallas Cowboys flying under the radar and nobody have a gumption or a clue or an idea of where this team going to be at. I love it because the element of surprise, the haymaker is coming. Yeah, it flat out is. Post me your thoughts. Post me your concerns of this team. And do you feel that they will be ranked second to last or dead last as relates to defensive back scenarios and situations? Or will they be better? That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. Let's go secondary, baby. Secondary about to be scary. Let's go. We out. Peace.